This one hurt, man. Oh man. So the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition launched yesterday, and it's terrible. It's just terrible. The original release of the Outer Worlds from 2019 is one of my favorite games of the last decade. As stated in the last video on the topic, yeah, the game is a whole lot of potential and not a whole lot of reaching that potential, but I'm capable of seeing through the lines and listening to the developer interviews and data mining through the files. Just the experience as a whole has a soul that a lot of other experiences don't have, and this re-release is the most soulless corporate cash grab, ironically, of a game about soulless corporate cash grabs. Here's what I think happened. Private Division is about to lose the licensee rights of the Outer Worlds due to the Outer Worlds 2 having nothing to do with Take-Two and being published by the now Microsoft-owned Obsidian Entertainment. Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky have had ideas for the Outer Worlds 2 well before the Outer Worlds 1 even launched. There's interviews of them stating that fact. Outer Worlds 2 has a lot more money and time behind it. At this point in the Outer Worlds development, it would have been out by now, but the Outer Worlds 2 probably still has another 2 years before we see anything. The rumor is that Avowed's actually coming out sometime next year, so the Outer Worlds 2 would be taking place after that. I think Private Division did the bare minimum of restoration work, if you even want to call it that, just by checking some boxes in the Unreal Engine editor, maybe bringing it up to a newer version of UE4, and then pushing it out the door without any kind of QA testing, because this game runs terribly. I have a 3950X CPU and a 3080 Ti with 64 gigs of DDR4 memory. Maxed out, I can play the original Outer Worlds over 200 FPS easily. Maxed out on this new version of the Outer Worlds, I can barely crack 40 FPS, and that is in between significant shader compilation stutters. It is really close to unplayable, and the added quote-unquote graphical fidelity to this version of the game completely ruins the original artistic intention of the scenes. It's just super washed in certain colors based on the time of day. The interior locations are just dark. It was not made with any kind of love, and that's no surprise because according to just a very small amount of investigation, Obsidian had nothing to do with this re-release. This re-release is going to taint the Outer Worlds franchise. It's going to cause people like Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky, the co-creators of Fallout, to be marred in controversy. People are going to assume that they put out a crappy product. They had nothing to do with this product. I got the upgrade as soon as it launched. I played it for like half an hour and immediately refunded it. It is nothing better compared to the original, and all of these quote-unquote graphical improvements added on top of the already nice-looking Outer World includes no kind of modern expected improvements such as RTX, or more importantly, DLSS or FSR. There is a quote-unquote dynamic resolution scaling button, but that doesn't seem to do anything. It's definitely not DLSS or FSR. Around the same time that this launched, Take-Two started laying off a whole bunch of people at Private Division, the publisher of this game. So if you want to try the Outer Worlds, if you're at all interested in the Outer Worlds, and you have a wholehearted recommendation from me, there are mods that increase the level cap and improve the graphics. They're free. They're just on the Nexus. I'll put them down in the description below. If you're brand new to the franchise and you just want to buy into the game, Spacer's Choice Edition is $60, but the original version is $20. Do not let this Spacer's Choice, oh my god, I can't believe they named it. It was like they were warning us. Spacer's Choice Edition, don't buy it. And don't blame Obsidian. They had nothing to do with it. They have been busy with Avowed and the Outer Worlds 2. I'm gonna have a lot more to say on the Outer Worlds 2 eventually when my research on that topic is over. Starfield just got a launch date, September something, 2023, and I'm trying not to ruin too much of the game for myself, but I will probably still make a few Bethesda videos here and there. Open world first-person RPGs or open world third-person RPGs in the vein of Fallout New Vegas or The Witcher 3 are my all-time favorite kind of game, so I love all of these kinds of games. Just don't buy the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition. Even if they start patching this game and try and fix some of the performance issues, Obsidian had nothing to do with it. This was a soulless cash grab. just buy the original. And I swear to God, if they delist the original, I'm gonna friggin' lose my mind. And if Kago doesn't have Danger Zone, I am going to riot. I am Tyler McVicker, the Passionate Gamer. If you want to follow up on all the topics I covered, check out my Twitter and Discord server. Links to those down in the description below. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and hanging out with me, if just for a few minutes. I hope you're having a great life, and I will talk to you later. Adios.